The true king has returned to Fortnite. That's right, Midas has been spotted, along with a ton of other things that Fortnite has been hinting towards for the future of Chapter 4 leading into Season 2. But there's also a ton of other new secrets on the map too, such as bosses, getting ready for a sort of mini event, and even something pointing towards the return of a big part of the previous chapters. But before we get into all of that, guys, if you think it would be awesome to hop onto Fortnite today and see that you unlocked this, quick, leave a like on the video and also make sure to subscribe. But first things first, let's talk about a huge reveal about the Chapter 4 story. Before we get into the stuff with Midas, this first part has to do with the recent Oathbound quest, which we've probably all already completed, is why Amy used this specific character to go into the dark dimension. Now, in case you're unaware, this skin is actually all the way back from Chapter 1, Season 6. Yeah, years ago. And the name of it is AIM, which obviously is incredibly similar to Amy, which begs the question, was this robot actually Amy all the way back in Chapter 1? Now, if you break down the names of both of these characters, Amy technically stands for Artificial Machine Intelligence Engine, whereas AIM was never actually confirmed what it stood for. However, it would make sense that we now know it stands for Artificial Intelligence Machine, and maybe Amy is specifically the engine for it. That's why she tapes it to the head, because they got separated. Now, the reason that's important is because also in Season 6, we saw the introduction of some vampire hunters. That's right, we got Calamity inside of the Battle Pass, and also Deadfire, who are known to hunt vampires. Then during this current season in Chapter 4, we got another character, Halsey, who is also said to hunt vampires. Now guys, with all of that being said, let's hop onto the map here and talk to Halsey as the AIM skin. Let's see if she has some secret dialogue. Also, we got our pet buddy right here. He's coming along for the ride. Now, interestingly enough, Halsey can be found towards the center of the map, right down here. And also, actually, as I'm gliding down there, I've noticed that the feet of AIM are icy, which reminds me of how there was an iceberg coming towards the map way back in Chapter 1, and that's kind of where AIM was supposedly set to be. And we've got an ice area right here on the map in Chapter 4 as well. So again, there's so many connections here. And even this location that Halsey is at is where the 0 point is being held. So is that like a big sign in and of itself that Halsey is a big connection to Amy and AIM and this secret dimension that's been talked about by the Rift Warden? But let's see here. We've got Halsey here, so we'll talk to her. And then, hey, how can the High Stakes Club be of assistance? So I don't think that's actually unique dialogue, but it does bring up the idea of the High Stakes Club, which we don't know too much about. And then she also goes on to say, keep your eyes peeled for creatures of the night, which again hints at vampires. And then if we go into the description right here, it also mentions that she's a vampire staker, so again hunts vampires, and once more is part of the High Stakes Club. However, there is one character she does have dialogue with, which is Joni the Red. Alright, so let's try this again. Talking to Halsey, I'm so glad Lucien is okay. Wonder what had him so tied up. Now that's pretty intriguing because it directly mentions the third member of this High Stakes Club, which again is Lucien. Still though, I wonder if that connects to the other stuff that is happening on the map. Whoa, and wait a second. I just threw a chug splash and it sticks to the side of this like pillar. That looks so funny. However, guys, I do know that she in fact has unique dialogue when you talk to her with the ageless skin. And as we're heading back down there, let's not forget about the skin challenge on last video, which was Dr. Doom. Here's a ton of people that got that right. This time around, comment the name of this skin and I'll leave hearts on a bunch of the ones that get that right. So here we go, talking to her again. Thank you for giving us safe haven in your kingdom, Mr. King, sir. Now at first that doesn't seem too interesting, but it implies that they actually came from somewhere else, which I guess makes sense with the rift, like combining a bunch of different realities. But does that mean that they actually came from the same world as the previous vampire hunters, Calamity and Deadfire? It really seems like everything here is coming full circle. Now let's switch gears here for a second and talk about another secret on the map that I noticed that brings up a ton of questions. And then right after this, we'll hop into the stuff to do with Midas. But check this out right here. On the starting island, Fortnite put in a hidden clue. And this clue can be found all the way over at the battle bus, which I don't know if we're going to be able to make it here. Oh, wait, maybe we can. We've got 45 seconds. Come on. So yeah, if you run right to the front of the battle bus and look underneath this area, you'll actually be able to find a secret symbol. It's lagging a little bit, but yeah, that secret symbol is the same as the imagined order, which, hold on, that like brings so much into this story. That means the imagined order is still on the map despite everything that happened with the 0 point. Okay, yeah, we may have have to dive into that in a whole nother video because that is a very detailed topic. But hey, subscribe for that video. But now, guys, let's get into it with the stuff that has to do with Midas returning, because we've got a ton of clues to go through here, with the first of which being one that's actually hidden inside the Kid Leroy's concert. But in order to see this secret, we actually need to go towards the end of this concert, which we'll just skip ahead for that. Or actually, wait a second. No, we don't even have to skip ahead to that, because if you look over here, we've got a bunch of... Okay, it just moved our screen to focus on the big supply drop. Nice. We've got a bunch of NPCs over here outside with some peculiar skins, like, for example, Rust Lord from the first battle pass. But I want to focus on this guy right here, which is Midas. That's right. Midas is literally back for this concert. Now, admittedly, again, this isn't in the main mode, but I think this is more so a clue towards him returning to the main modes. Because why would Epic Games approve them putting in Midas of all of the different skins they could have put in without it meaning something, right? But that's just the first of many clues. Also, as a side note, I gotta mention that, is this like Demon Wolf actually going to play a role in the story, or is it only for the Kid Leroy concert? Because I feel like the design is way too unique and special to be just a part of the concert itself. And I mean, they've literally got smaller variants that they could replace with normal wolves inside of season 2. Oh, and look at that. Midas is still in the crowd. But that's just the tip of the iceberg with these clues. If we go into our locker and equip the Midas skin, we can then talk to a certain NPC that is all the way down at Faulty Splits. Now, this NPC you might know is Scrap Knight Jules. And Jules is technically the daughter of Midas, right? So if we talk to her, she says special dialogue. I don't want to get pulled into any schemes, which is kind of mysterious, but that is in fact unique dialogue only for Midas. So what exactly would Midas be planning? Well, if we talk to another NPC that can be sometimes found over on this area, let's see, is he here? Nope, it looks like he actually spawned at the other location. Oh, there he is. Yes, it's Wildcard. If we talk to him as Midas, he says, you should have taken me up on my offer. What is with all these vague, mysterious messages? Like, clearly this is implying something is happening, but what exactly does it mean? What is Midas scheming about, and what is Wildcard scheming about? And then something else that I found pretty peculiar is that they recently added a brand new augment titled Midas Touch. Obviously, clearly referencing Midas, but I also find it interesting that the icon for it shows his drum gun, which hasn't been in the game for a super long time. Could it be hinting at the return of the Midas boss and his famous mythic? So again, what does all of this mean together? Could Midas actually be planning to overthrow the Ageless? I'm not sure. But then another quick update that I want to talk about is something Fortnite secretly added to the map. And that is if we go all the way down near the Citadel, I believe it's right there actually. Yeah, Fortnite for some reason added this really small change to the map that's just a few different sections of bamboo, which at first wouldn't be too crazy, right? But for some reason, they're completely indestructible. Also, I don't know why they're 3 different sizes just perfectly in a line, but these have actually been on the map for a little bit now, but the question still remains, why? Now, real quick, I'm just curious if these are in fact fully indestructible, so let's put a cow catcher on this truck and then drive it into the bamboo to see if we can actually break through it, and nope, it is fully indestructible. Okay, so yeah, those have got to be meant for something, because I can break through rocks and any other tree with this cow catcher, but it does not break through the bamboo. Comment down below what you think this is for. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to subscribe and also check out my recent videos here on the screen. Like, Fortnite just made a big mistake. You gotta see that one. But again, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.